Привет, Zayka. That is hello rabbit in Russian. Today I will tell you about my past. I remember feeling sad, being lonely and depressed. I went to bed every day wishing I wouldn't wake up. I hoped that something would happen to take away my life painlessly. You know, like freezing in a grocery store or getting poisoned by pizza. But none of that happened. Like some of you, I did not have a regular upbringing, and I learned to think on my feet and protect myself from a harsh, cold world. My initial story was not to make fun of anyone, but just to say there can be a change, there can be a difference. You don't have to go through life feeling sad, depressed, and lonely. And I know you know this, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. And oh, I forgot to mention something. I used to think I was ugly. Yes, I did. But no, I didn't get a nose job, and I do not think I'm ugly anymore. I changed and empowered my mind. That was my key. Motivation is good, but execution gets the job done. What would be said of you in the year 2116? That is about 100 years from now. So let's take a bit of a journey. Imagine it's the year 2116 and teleportation as a means of transportation is already possible. John, your great-grand descendant from the future, decides to travel to Dubai for some reason I do not know why. Ooh, get it? It rhymed. And then he decides to take a walk around the teleportation port, you know, like airport. He suddenly walks into this bookstore because he thinks it's a good idea. I don't know if you know those bookstores where the prices are just jacked up for no reason. Well, I mean, there is a reason because it's supply and demand, yada yada yada. That's not the point today. But he scans the wireframe. Remember, it's the future, so he scans the wireframe of that airport and he decides to read your autobiography because it comes up as recommended. You know, in the future, there will be this algorithm which can detect your likes and your desires and match up books for you, and you're gonna like carry this chip everywhere, and it's gonna, you know, the chip is just... So John decides to pick up your autobiography, and he thinks it's a good idea to read the autobiography of his great. We're gonna write what that book is gonna look like. I mean, the book doesn't have to be 1,000,000 pages, but we're just gonna write a few key points of some of the great accomplishments you've made in your life. And we're doing this as though the future has already happened. You get it? We're gonna imagine that the future already happened, and we're gonna write down what we did. Now grab a pen and a paper, so write it as though it already happened. And if you do not have the desire of a future, my friend, I am here to tell you that you have the DNA of a history maker. There is no other you. And we will continue tomorrow.